I'm good.
We're on stream.
Mhm.
Hope you have all your pants on.
Oh no.
No,
I wasn't
if you could
informed
You
I
never
needed
told me I
pants.
had to wear pants.
Yeah,
I didn't bring pants into the room. Like,
That's bullshit. I'm leaving. I'm out.
Okay, stand
you
up first.
you can't see below my nipples anyway.
That's a great way to start this.
Yeah, it's right on track. Thanks, guys, for the resubs, by the way. And that's the last time I'll be addressing chat today, most likely. So,
You will address chat.
as we begin our evening together, who remembers what was going on last time?
That's
Uh,
we
do.
landed.
It's been
we
a
made
while.
Port. We made port, and we were gonna like repair and shit from the.
We are on the
adventure we had.
Isle of Redfall, and we are on the Weirwood Sands port. I got attacked by an owl that I'm pretty sure is another demon, and our boat needs work.
and the doctor is going to check out a temple,
Yes.
Mhm.
and I'm following him.
Wonderful.
Are you? Yeah. He would say stay on the ship.
No.
Why?
No.
No.
Because you're not my supervisor.
No, Misa.
I'm not your supervisor, but
You told me not to, so now I
Wait.
have to.
when you tend to come, things tend to get shot, and
Right?
okay, but that's
Well,
not
just don't
the
make him
goal.
come first, and then he won't shoot.
Oh,
That's not how this is supposed to start.
yeah.
This is a very different
I'll
pirate
make him
story than I
come.
signed up for.
And then he'll stay on the ship asleep.
well, lest we forget, the fuckboy's also trying to break a heart.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
I
So
did
that's also
forget
another
about
thing.
that. Oh,
That's also another extra thing we have to deal with at some point.
I don't got to deal with that. That's it.
Okay,
We all have
is
to
a
deal with
strong
that.
word. I have to deal with that.
You stepped your whole foot into it, so yeah.
I did.
In addition to our regular normal things, I believe that you, as we begin our session today, all get to mark luck up to your Spitfire score, if it is not already at least equal to that. Additionally, our doctor has a start of game roll to make.
See if he
I do. And Mitsui, you thirsty?
I'm thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have 3 different drinks, so.
Probably a lot of those shouldn't be on, but I don't care. I don't know what's there. I don't fucking like this platform.
If they redeem that, stuff like that. I'll let you know.
Cool.
Beyond that,
The reasonable ones for a D&D stream are totally welcome.
all right.
So, we have a couple of things happening. I believe you get to mark a miss for this because it is still
Yep.
technically your alchemy roll.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what the consequences are on your play sheet off the top of my head,
Nothing.
though. Nothing? Cool beans.
I don't get anything. Basically, I have to restock my ship.
Easily enough, we're here in a port.
Yep.
Cool. Alright, so then we have a couple of teams splitting the party once again. Already, we have Inigo, who is off visiting a tavern. We have Cray, who I think currently is planning to go alone to see if we can figure things out about ship repairs, including willingness to spend his own money and perhaps negotiate better prices or something of that nature from a shipwright.
He would be really bad at all of that, but he's just trying to help out. Be vaguely responsible.
That's fair.
That's my brother.
So you guys, for the most part, are finding yourself in a city.
Ooh.
On the coast, a very steeply climbing.
That's a cool city.
Why didn't it change what I can see?
Are those like zip lines that we could take all over the place?
Really hope.
They are not. Actually, I guess they could be zip lines. When I was first looking at them, I was thinking they were like
lines?
Bridges.
Traps. So, it's a string, and you can hang traps into the water so you can pull up, like, crawfish and things.
Oh, I do
But
see
they do
some
go
going down
pretty
in the
far
water.
up. So,
Okay.
reasonably, there may be zip travel between the different peaks. I will say that this is a very class-based, closer to the sea line is going to be a more impoverished place, and the higher up you get, the wealthier the people
Literally
and the...
higher up.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, as though they've climbed their way out of the water and chosen the best of the dry land. So for that purpose, you would not be able to get from a low area to a high area that way, but you might be able to make a quick escape on those lines from a high point, if that was something you were into. But as it stands, you guys look about and are moving on to your individual plans. There was, I think, a break point in the conversation with the barmaid. Do you remember the name that she gave you? That's fun for me. Okay,
Yep.
I remember her name. But that's even better to say. But she has asked for a break, right? Essentially, some time while she is working before she perhaps meets you later, or whatever your intentions were. So, the view from the ship, of course, is the city we're seeing here. As we move into, let's start with our visit to the shipwright. Very low, down by the docks, right at water level, so he can work on ships. We find ourselves here. As you make your way down the cobblestone path, it's very clear that this is a kind of ramshackle place. Did it switch? It did not switch. Because I had to do it twice. Once for me and once for you. Here. The cobbles are loose. The buildings are salt damaged and weathered. But you see a couple of ships in the midst of repairs as you approach this place. A large ship sits in the bay where it's clearly been worked on recently, and there are people who mill about.
Our ship doesn't look conspicuous at all.
No, your ship's very normal. Super normal. In fact, it looks like this.
Yup.
Doesn't stand out. Very normal.
That's just craftsmanship right there. That's just good work.
But you're in a free port, so it's reasonable enough to expect that a strange
weird.
ship full of pirates is as commonplace as a pirate ship full of strange. Words so hard today.
Freudian.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach, you see a couple of people working around, dock workers of the usual fare, and you find ships, wood, things about. What's your approach? What are you doing? Right.
So there's a bunch of just like dock workers working on stuff. I guess like it'd be like this is almost like not even story worthy. Like he would basically in like a shorthand to get this
Sure.
kind of pushed forward as quickly as possible. He would basically like, I have one treasure to spend. That's all I got. And he would just be looking around to find a place where he could just buy new place. Don't catch it on fire or start too much trouble yet. Buy like wood, repair stuff, nails, pitch, whatever we would normally need for that.
Oh, so you plan to make repairs yourself?
I don't know if it would be a good idea. Well, okay, that's actually a good question that I probably need to talk to Matt on. Do we
Hey.
let people fix our shit, considering it's alive, has a heart, and might eat? workers. I don't know.
So, okay, so the damage that we do have currently, we do have some damage to the hull, damage to the deck, but overall, I mean, we're still saleable, but we're in rough shape. I don't know that we're going to be able to do all the repairs on our own, especially if we want to get out of port in a reasonable amount of time, so we are probably going to have some crews come in, but I would say that we have... I would say that we would probably let crews work on the exterior of the ship and not internal repairs.
Okay. Then I would be finding people to set that up.
Matt, what is
Yeah.
the ship's fortune score?
We have a fortune of a 0.
Okay. So you essentially are able enough to find the man who does ship repairs. If you wanted to not try to like haggle your way down, you could parlay here or hoodwink, try and get a deal. If that was something you're into, if you're just gonna be, you know, clean cut, hey, this is our ship, it needs repairs, what's that gonna look like? Then
I am not good at all of the things that don't involve punching shit, so probably can't cut.
hey, remember how you were like, I can't level up because I don't have any experience doing things you're bad at? It's how you get that.
That's true.
Just a little side note, but that's fine.
That's true.
It's easy enough to
What would
find
it do?
workers.
No, he's just. I don't honestly think he has a dishonest bone in his body as far as that goes. So I think he would just try, do it the normal way.
Okay. Yeah, so as you approach the man, the proprietor of the shop, a grizzled-looking man who has clearly been doing this a long time, familiar with the ins and outs of ship work, says, he eyes your bag of money as you make your offers here, and says, well, the thing about it is, wood's scarce, and the wood we have here is a particular variety. Tends to go for a little more than, and he looks pointedly at what you're carrying, the usual fare. Now, we could probably do some minor repairs with that. How much work needs done on your ship? It might be a good deal more otherwise.
Well, at that point, you probably basically have to try. This is what I got. And if this doesn't happen, then we don't get repairs. So.
Okay.
Uh,
I
no,
believe...
I think the offer that he would probably make less of a. Actually, this could turn into a thing. Less of a, oh, I can get you more, instead of I can get you more money, or I can like try and haggle you down. It'd be more of a, all right. What do you need done around here?
Okay. So, that's definitely a parlay, right? I'm going to offer you essentially the services that I can, which is like, let me help out, let me do some work, let me carry some heavy things around for you. In exchange, I need the repairs for my ship at a price I can afford.
Yep.
So that's going to be 2d6 plus your polish. I
Oh,
will...
So that's 2d6.
I will say in this case, again, because we know what Cray looks like, he's not unintimidating as a character.
Yep.
If you lean into this, you can have if you lean into intimidation here, or like the brawn and you know, power
There's no
that
way
you have,
he wouldn't.
then you can have a +1 to your roll.
So that would just straight up be. About 6 total.
Okay, I think it's
Plus
6.
1.
Oh yeah,
No,
it's
it was -1, so it's just straight.
so it's just straight. You can mark an experience when you miss.
Great.
He looks at you though. You're offering some like work. He meets your glare with one of his own, and says, "Listen here, boy. I've been working on the docks out here, since before you were sailing. And while you look pretty tough, I can't just give you this for free. But if you're willing to put a couple hours work in around here, helping with other repairs, we can see about getting you a price you can afford.
We can do that.
He sets you to work. It's easy enough. You're hauling things about. There are, large crates to be moved. There's things to unload. And if you're going to allow him, he'll put you to that sort of task. Move the big heavy things.
He would be occupied while all of the other wackiness with these other fuckers is going on.
That's great. Are you going to tell him what your ship's name is or where you're docked?
Oh yeah, no.
Great. Cool.
He's like, how bad's your ship messed up? He'd be like, that one.
It's the one with the teeth.
Yeah. Again, the strong but not good at lying. If asked, he would give the name. He probably wouldn't until asked, but as soon as he was, he would say it.
Fair. Yeah, easily. He looks at it. He says, "Easily a half day's work. If you're willing to labor, we'll see what we can do. But I'm gonna need that bag of money too."
Yep. Pass it over.
Okay.
One treasure.
So, I think our next scene that we're going to hop to is we have two people looking for the temple. Is that correct? Skane and Nathan are going to go check out what we understand to be another temple for the god Dag. Is that right?
Yes.
The last time you visited a temple, it was a fair bit more run down. It was sort of on the outskirts of town. It was not integrated into any of the city. The temple that you find here today is not like that at all. It's not quite centralized because it is down by the water. But as you approach, you see a lot of foot traffic. There are children in and out, lots of women of varying ages, and the occasional dock worker makes their way through. You see lots of people leaving with small bundles, towels, and other things in their arms, tucked under their arms as they go. Sometimes baskets, sometimes just what looks like bundles of cloth, but lots of traffic in and out. The doors are quite large. Like I said, this is a sort of in the water, just above water level kind of feature. It's got little ponds and pools up the steps towards these large marble doors. Not unlike some of the others, there are some of the other imagery you've seen related to these temples. There are carvings in the stone of various sea life. Notably, this one is also decorated with offerings. You find the heads and tails and bones of fish. You find little collection jars on the steps full of flowers and other small trinkets. And if you're going to make your way inside, I have that picture for you next.
Yes. I'm going to make my way inside.
You are able to do so with ease, coming into what is clearly a
fancy
water temple of a sort. Yeah.
Has anybody told me what Dagon is the god of?
Dicks.
Bullshit.
No, they have not.
That's basically what you've gotten.
Bullshit.
It's a sea monster, and we hate them.
Yeah,
The god of assholes.
Okay, so no, okay.
The image before you here is a little bit colder and less welcoming than the temple you find. While it is carved very much into the stone cliffs, very much at the water level. Again, there are people about, there are baskets, it looks like, with clothes and various vials and bars and things. The pools around, some are very clean, some appear to be dirtier, others appear to be actively being used for some sort of bathing. Ritual baths, perhaps public baths. It's not really clear. There are a number of people about, as well as somebody who, as you approach, rises from the water.
So I've been trying to be kind of like stealthy, so not exactly with him, just
Sure.
kind of like behind.
Checking
So,
things out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rising out of the water is this woman, wearing clothing but sodden, and clearly having been swimming in these pools. When you enter,
Do you think I should flip this?
oh yeah, flip it all day.
I love that we all have a
Evil.
Cool, fabulous. She rises out of the water, notices you, and turns to speak. She says, "Oh, you must be new here. I certainly don't recognize you. Welcome. How can we help you today?"
I am new. I saw people entering and leaving this temple, and I was curious.
Oh, well, of course. Are you familiar with the Ocean Father?
Oh, no, I am not. I traveled on a ship. It was unsettling, but we ran afoul of some ill weather, and it made me question things.
Hmm. You know, the sea is an interesting companion, and we find here that the Ocean Father helps us find our way amongst her temperament a bit more smoothly. But please, you're more than welcome. Come, if you don't mind. You could certainly sit here, dip your toes in the water, as it were. We could have a conversation.
Well, certainly. I will sit. I am Sebastian. Who are you?
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Sebastian. She has a name, and I wrote it down.
Oh,
She's here under my people. I really had this ready. I'm sorry.
no, it's fun.
I know her last name. Did I only write it in the book? Sorry.
The pitfall of writing notes in multiple places.
I know, it's because there's so many places. I don't have everything in one spot.
It's
Fun
so-
fact,
Lillian.
Missouri, on Roll20, you can add notes specifically that only you, the GM, can see on these little pictures.
This is the one I forgot to do before game tonight that I was sitting here doing. The other ones do have notes, thank you. But yeah, yes, I apologize. Her name is Lillian. She introduces herself as such. She says, I've been a priestess here for many years, and I find that the welcome arms of the Ocean Father tend to be a bit kinder than the good Lady Isabel. We work here in the city, providing food and water to a lot of the locals, and of course a safe and tranquil place to rest and rejuvenate. The waters here are renowned for their healing properties and for the tide pools that draw a good deal of the food for the lower levels of the town.
Well, that is a commendable goal, I believe.
Well, thank you. You know, it's what he wants, and so we are here to serve in his name.
Oh, does he speak to you?
Well, I wouldn't say he speaks to me directly, but he does make his will known.
Oh, okay. I only ask because I know that some gods do tend to make their priests or priestesses, like, they tend to communicate in a more tangible fashion, but
You know,
that's a,
I understand that some believe that the teachings of a faith are not enough, and that their leaders, their priests and priestesses, should be able to somehow divine further will of their god. But here we simply are here to serve and support the community. The Ocean Father is why the sea life can sustain us, and as long as we share the bounty of the sea, we are working in towards his goals. And really that's enough for most of us here. But I suppose if you were looking for deeper meaning, there may be some of that. What answers are
no,
you?
I was just, no, I wasn't looking for that kind of, I don't mean to belittle, I've heard some tales of various other gods actually communicating. I don't have faith myself.
I'm so sorry.
It's it, it is a way to live. Some say it's not the greatest way, but it has worked for me for years. But that's all. It wasn't meant a dig on faith or your God. It was just more of a, some say they can communicate with higher beings. I don't believe that is a. It seems presumptuous. It is through signs and portents that people achieve meaning from gods.
I hear you. I've always felt that the actors of faith who claim they've been spoken to, or perhaps that they directly have access to the word of a god, often are the same ones who twist the writings and the cores of faith into something different and more self-serving than I think the original intention of a religion ever really holds. And so while you may find some of this faith who feel such things, we here rely more on the true signs of a god's intention, like the bounty of the ocean.
That is commendable. Those who say they can talk to higher divine beings tend to try to create a cult-like atmosphere and turn people away from the devout.
I'm going to pause this for a moment here to ask Skane, what are you doing in this temple as this conversation goes on? There is plenty to explore. There are, little sides, there are higher levels, or are you staying to keep an eye on this conversation?
I'm kind of just keeping an eye on the dock.
Sure.
So I'm trying to kind of be inconspicuous or hiding even, and just making sure he's not getting in any kind of trouble.
All right. Can you see his face? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I forgot I did a push talk. Probably not, because
Okay.
looking at the way the temple's set up, I'm probably behind you.
Okay.
And depending on how echoey the temple is, I might not even be able to truly hear what's being said.
It wasn't about hearing.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I would say there's a couple of ways you could choose in this moment to sort of blend in. There are lots of people coming in and out. You notice a number find a small nearby pool where they, again, seem to be doing some sort of ritual cleansing. You could join in sort of the foot bath and like washing yourself in these waters. It's close enough that you could be within sight and kind of blend in with what's apparently a normal behavior here. Or you could sort of make your way a little bit deeper and like up one of the stairs or up onto a balcony where you could look down on what was happening, mostly undisturbed.
I'd probably do the balcony instead of the like participating thing.
Okay. Yeah, there are a number of little alcoves as you make your way up the stairs. You find little corners, again, still carved into the stone, where it seems like people go to pray, or some of them are quite steamy and dark and moist, like maybe there's some sort of steam rooms happening. And even further up, there are just balconies so you can look down over the temple at large. There's some like little incense burners and offering plates around the ledge, protected, but where you could have a nice view, pretend to be in prayer or something of that nature. For your sneaking about, I would like for you to roll me 2d6 plus your polish.
It's actually a minus, and I still pulled it off.
You did. Yes, so you're able to make your way up to one of those sort of viewing areas. There's some already lit incense kind of wafting through the space, and sitting next to it as though appreciating helps you blend in fabulously among the other practitioners or perhaps just city folk about. The priestess, as she's speaking to you of power from the other gods, sort of has a brief moment where her appearance flickers. Her eyes, that already seem to glow a little bit, suddenly become quite cloudy, sealing over, and then back again as though she has perhaps an amphibious eyelid. As she speaks of this, and so you make note of that as she says, there are other ways to know when you have a god's favor.
I suppose that's true. But, like I said, I do not have faith, but I'm never opposed to trying to discover. But the problem ends up being that a lot of temples seem to focus on earthly delights. And it is more about the messenger than the message.
I agree. It's a shame that so many faiths pervert the message really there. But as I've said, here we try our best to hold true to the tenets of the faith. We serve our community, we help maintain the cleanliness and the bounty of the ocean. The sea life is, of course, given to us and shared with us from the Ocean Father. He brings forth the creatures of the sea that live within her domain, and we serve him in exchange for the food and water and tides that keep us safe and healthy among the cliffs here.
So your god controls the sea life? Is in charge of the sea life, so to speak?
Yes, that's what we believe.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, I've heard of this temple, but never had an opportunity to talk with someone of knowledge. Are you in charge here, or?
Well, not exactly. There are a few more priests and priestess of a similar age, of a similar practice within the temple. We share the work equally, but no, the truly the one in charge is the Ocean Father. But here we don't confine ourselves to the system with which some of the other practitioners of this faith subscribe to.
Oh.
There's no leader. We don't have a man in charge in the back room. It's just us, and we're just here to promote and sustain the community.
Well, if I may ask, how would I know that I'm speaking to one of your priests or priestesses? Is there robes? He looks around. Is there a similar?
Yeah, so as you look about, you notice a couple of other people who seem to be wearing a similarly draped sort of garb. It looks like something that will not tangle terribly in the water, as though they often make their way between both the dry and the wet areas of the temple. You count probably 4 that you can see, given the size of this kind of open area. Milling about, some helping others, some, again, bringing out baskets of things to the people. But as far as them being distinct from the common person, it's simply that very light-colored, but fitted long dress that they wear. And she points a couple of them out to you. She says, "This is, Danielle, and that's, David, and we work here. We work under the god." If you ask the locals, you'll find that, for the most part, we try not to separate ourselves from the community. We're very much intrinsic in the day-to-day for a lot of these people's lives, and we don't have to lord ourselves over that. The power that we sometimes are gifted from the Ocean Father is only secondary to the good we provide.
That is indeed truly a noble purpose. Pardon my incredulity, but it is hard to believe that religion can take a hold of people and can twist things to serve their own purposes. So while what you say is nice and beneficial, it's the cynical nature in me that has a problem believing.
Well, you're welcome to spend as much time as you'd like here in the temple. Ask around. The others are, I'm sure, happy to speak to you, but I think what you'll find to be most revealing is simply the common folk who come for aid. If you find yourself amongst them, perhaps
Do I
they
not look
could...
common myself?
She looks at you. She says, well, you look like you are perhaps of the free, and whilst of course the free are welcome here amongst the strange, the free, and the law, I wouldn't say that you appear to be common.
Well, I'm pretty sure you are not common yourself. Flash the smile.
The serial
charm.
killer's got game.
The charm that's happening here. Okay. Pink breaks out over her cheeks. She says, You flatter me, surely, but
I should. I do, but the way you talk and the way you look about, the flattery is well deserved. Because you seem to genuinely care.
I do. And I'm honored that you think I purport myself in such ways. It's, I think, why perhaps I have devoted myself to this life. And so I am pleased beyond measure that it's true to form in this sense.
Yeah. I'm sure many look to you to discover their faith in your God. And I'm sure you do him justice.
Oh, thank you. If there was something else that you were...
No, I don't wish to take up more of your time. Perhaps we shall speak again.
That would be wonderful.
I assume you are here more. You are here often, and if I have further questions about your faith, I can come and see you.
Of course. I'm here... Well, this is where I live. I'm not always here in the central chambers amongst the other practitioners, but if you come and you cannot find me, you can always ask me by name. And again, I am Lillian.
Again, Sebastian, and it's been truly a pleasure to speak to one such as you.
Well, I hope the Ocean Father grants you safety and bounty as you explore the city and the temple. And if you have more questions, you certainly know where to find us.
Indeed. I will perhaps sit and observe for a little, for it is how one treats and how one acts more than one's words which determines their heart.
She nods to you and begins to make her exit. But rather than clambering through the wall or through and up about, she sinks back into the water. And
do I see a shimmer to her skin?
I am about to show you a picture as she departs.
Fantastic.
How's that?
Oh, that's fantastic. I have thoughts, so just...
So, I also kind of have like a coin type thing like he does, but it's a dice. And the fates really want me to kill somebody. So is there any like priests or anybody kind of just wandering up on the balcony that I could kind of stealth?
So if you've been looking down at the interaction with the two of them,
Please fuck up.
there is...
Shut up, you.
Okay,
No,
sorry.
no, I want you to fuck up because it'll help me.
I think
Oh, I'm trying
that...
to be stealthy because I didn't want to ruin this. If you don't care about me ruining it, I will use a gun.
I think
I was
there's...
trying to be stealthy.
I can't communicate that.
This went
I mean, you
sideways
could
so fast.
look up and be like,
Listen, I'm bad at Roll20. I think that there is a new picture of Lillian in your notes specifically. I don't know how to make it show to just you. Maybe it's supposed to be a character and not a handout for that. I don't know. I hate this.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it.
No,
I can
it's
see it.
you did it right.
You did it right.
Great,
If
okay.
you do the whole show to players thing, it shows everyone.
Right,
So
okay.
You did it right.
So, that is what she looks like as she dips into the water and swims away.
No problem.
Oh, that's 100% what I thought it was going to be.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Not in this scene, but these guys would know. Like Cray very pointedly has like kind of elongated ears because he's a little on the Dagon side of things, not willingly, but he is. Are they seeing traits like he has on them, on these people?
Yes.
Skin's a little off, ears are a little on the pointy side.
Notably, only the people in the pale, fitted dresses. Again, dressed similarly to Lillian, it is a garb that allows them to move comfortably between the land and the water. Yes, we are
Cool.
seeing similar things here. Yeah, they're just a little. I mean, the picture again of her is not quite normal either. She's got a little bit of a glow to her eyes. Her skin is a little bit of a funny color. Very subtle. Nothing. I mean, strange certainly, but strange is not unusual in this world, and so. It's easy enough to spot somebody else dressed similarly, and since you've been looking down, you can assume that this is perhaps a priest or priestess of the are you picking somebody who's like a male or a female, or are you just the first one that you see you're gonna murder? And how do you plan to go about this?
I have a knife.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to be like stealthy.
Well, and you have actually been stealthy. So, in fact, let me retract my question a bit and say that you have been up there sort of in front of this like little prayer space on your own. The incense had already been lit and perhaps has now gone out, and somebody approaches you, a man in similar garb. And he says, forgive me for interrupting your moment of peace here. May I relight some incense or some other votives, or can I perhaps offer you something to eat? If you've been sitting here all this time, you may have grown hungry.
So, because my tattoo is terribly cheap, it only works on corpses, correct?
That's
I think
correct.
What we decided.
Yeah.
Is there an alcove that I could hide this guy if I decided to stab him? Actually, no.
There was a particularly steamy and damp space that you passed on your way up here that is like foggy and hard to see through. Currently, if
sorry, I keep forgetting I did a push.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So this would be like a start to fight thing. Right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so it'd be 2d6 plus my blind.
Yes.
Right, so
it would be get into a scrap if you're flat rolling. Do you have something for upon entrance to combat in your character sheet?
I do.
Okay, so if that's what you're doing, it may have different stipulations.
Yes, so I have call your shot.
Okay.
So I'm not really gonna call my shot, and I think the situation that I am the situation that I am in at the moment is precarious enough, which is the prerequisite. I have to put myself in a precarious situation. So I'm going to call my shot that I'm going to pull the knife that I always keep on my bandolier of things on me. And I'm going to try to slash his throat, catch him, and push him into the steam room while I look at my tattoo and see if he knows anything.
Okay. You are in a space of the temple that is fairly quiet and empty. That was what you were succeeding in earlier, is finding a place to observe unwatched. But I will remind you that this is a very busy place.
I understand, but the fates, I rolled 3 times and I got a 6, a 5, and a 6.
All right.
The fates really want me to kill somebody.
Okay, so go ahead and roll, get into a scrap, or you're called shot because you're in a precarious situation.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, you on a miss can mark an experience point on your character sheet.
How do I miss with a +2?
Well, by rolling a 1 and a 2, you know, but a couple of things happen. As he, is speaking to you and approaches you, you pull your blade. The light from above catches the gleam of metal, and he notices immediately. A shift. I didn't have a guy ready for you. A shift overcomes his form, as what was before simply skin of a strange color and long dreaded hair becomes shimmery and fully scaled. And while you do stab him, cut him across the throat, it glances off these scales and he captures your hand in his. He says, "Well, I didn't think I was disturbing you this badly. Tell me, what is it you were hoping to achieve here today?" And he's currently essentially grappling you. You can see this from down below. Unless you have left, Nathaniel, because he's up essentially on this balcony looking down at you, and now there is a scene happening.
I've made it scene.
I'm watching to see if Lillian or comes back out, or what's going on with all these.
So how does like combat turn work? So I attempted something and I failed. So I'm guessing now he gets to hit me before I could try to hit him again.
It seems like he's monologuing.
Kind of, yeah. No, he has shifted his form into something a little bit more monstrous. He's got like I said, the scales. His hair has become sort of like locks of seaweed. You notice some gills, and his grip on you is quite powerful, where he holds your wrist. But that is what he's done. He's put you into a grapple. That was his turn. So you are able to act again, either in combat or in such a way as to try and negotiate no longer fighting with the monster.
Negotiate.
I know.
So I'm gonna pull out my blunderbuss
Okay.
from my back real quick and kind of just hip fire it and go, "That'd be scary if I hadn't had a scarier guy on my ship." Oh my god, I still failed. How do I fail this bad?
How badly did you fail? Hang on, I was gonna try and find
you're turning this dude into like a mini boss in his own way.
I don't have this guy at all ready for you, and you're like, yeah, he's gonna beat me up. Okay, so you get to mark another experience on your character sheet. So you pull your gun out, you intimidate him further and attempt to fire. Is that correct?
Yeah. So my idea was to shoot the blunderbuss. So it's close and has spray. I don't know what spray does.
Would affect essentially more than one person in the room if there were one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it would help me hit him at all.
It does not. It does make a very loud noise. It echoes sort of in this carved chamber, open as it is. You hear a number of the common folk scream as like guns start going off in this place of peace and worship. And I'm gonna roll for him here instead of just assuming that this goes the way I think it does.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what you see next from down below the balcony is the firing of this gun, but he's already got one hand on you, and as you attempt to shoot at him, he sort of shifts, dragging your arm forward across your body and turning you away, so your shot goes up and out across the temple instead of towards any of the spaces where there might be people. And
you're making this dude really fucking cool with all your failures.
The balcony,
so down below,
the balcony that you were sort of sitting behind, he shoves you towards it, so you're kind of leaning part way out over the drop that you see here. He's still got your knife hand, but now you're kind of looking out over the edge as he like pushes you towards falling over the edge of the balcony.
Fantastic. Okay. So below, I'm going to yell out, "Everyone run. He's got a gun."
Doc, I think they heard that with the big boom.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Fuck me.
Amazing.
You're welcome.
There are a number of additional faithful in their dresses appearing, some popping up slowly out of the water, others coming from other rooms, clearly drawn by the noise and the scuffle happening. None of them look exactly human.
Okay, so what I just rolled for, because I wanted to roll before I said what I was going to do, because I was having a feeling that the universe was fucking with me. So, one of the things I have in my kit is called a bag of sand.
Okay.
You pocket sand, baby.
I am going to pocket sand him into the eyes.
Pocket sand! Run away!
To see if he'll release my hand, and if he does, I'm going to jump off the balcony.
Okay,
So I have definitely hit him with the pocket sand, it's just whether or not it's enough to actually do what I wanted to do.
I think it is. I might
Pocket
ask,
sand.
I feel like that's not a scrap so much as it is like a clever trick to get the advantage in a situation.
Okay.
Which is only plus your vinegar. So you can take that same roll.
So I would lose the +2, so I would be at a 7.
Okay, but 7 is still a success, but
six.
it's a little bit messy. But also,
This whole interaction.
It's all messy.
no, if you roll 10 plus, you get a lot for a clever trick. Okay, but yeah, so it still works. You throw your pocket sand, like I feel personally. You know the old saying, if you spill salt, you have to throw it over your shoulder. You pocket sand over your shoulder at this guy. Unfortunately,
well, that was a waste.
you
Pocket
have
sand.
one hand he's got like under control, and the other one is your weapon. Are you dropping your weapon to do this, or are you resting free of his grip?
So the blunderbuss is kind of on a strap. That's why I was hip firing it.
Okay,
So I'm just gonna let it go.
so it
grab
drops.
my pocket sand and throw it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it drops like to my back
So yeah, sure,
because it's on like a strap.
that's fine.
I'm hoping that he lets go of my hand when I throw the pocket sand.
Yeah, he does. He's a little bit startled as you do this. He's already unsure of what's happening. You know, as far as he's concerned, he just approached like a man of faith. It was like, "Hi, how can I could be of service to you this eve?" And you were like, "Fuck you!" So, yeah, he like lets go, stumbles back. He's got like grit in his face. You do, in that sort of brief moment as you throw this over your shoulder, notice that when his eyes close, there are multiple lids that close before the ones you would expect on a human. And as he kind of stumbles back a little bit, sand in his eyes, you have a moment to make your dive. You're gonna jump into the water below?
Yes, that is the idea.
Okay, great. Do you want to tell them what you just saw in the water? Actually, hold on, because you're going to be in the water now, I suppose what we should do. Yeah.
I can't tell him. I don't have time.
He's already in the air. So
Pocket sand.
looking...
You're jumping into like an open mouth of like a creature.
Yeah, remember at least one of the things that you see, and I think I'm just going to show this to everyone now, is the same thing that same person that Nathaniel saw earlier. The priestess, Lillian. Did that work? It didn't work on my other browser. Why? I'm just hitting the show to player button. That's how this works.
You have to put all of us in journal
Permissions. Yeah.
and permissions, and then hit it.
Yep. There it is.
Oh god.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she's like swimming up towards the
Like an
surface
otter.
as you
More
fall
accurate mermaid.
into the water.
Uh-huh.
So, since I have jumped away from the evil man up on the thing,
Uh-huh.
and have broken that combat. Am I now starting a different combat?
God, if that's what you think is best, if you're not gonna start
Well, if I'm-
apologizing, then I suppose you are entering combat with a new person.
I'm about to fall onto her, so either way, it's going to fail epically. It's just whether or not I want to try to do something stupid on the way down.
Absolutely.
Well, hold on. Let's let the universe decide.
Oh God.
Nope. I will try to be diplomatic. I will try to run as soon as I can get to the land. Is pretty much my option at this point.
Yeah, so luckily as you fall from the balcony above, there is plenty of water to aim for, and you're able to navigate yourself towards it rather than falling to your death on the rocks.
No death.
As the water splashes around you, you come face to face with this woman who grabs onto you and hauls you up out of the water, throwing you down onto the stone on your back. There's a moment where the two of you can act before she does anything further.
Okay. How many people are around?
There are the man upstairs, this woman here, and 4 other priests and priestesses about.
God.
So 6 total. There are still horrified people, churchgoers, if you will, staring at the people who are attacking this place that feeds and clothes them.
People?
Sorry, person. I apologize, you're correct.
Shoot one monster on a balcony, and oh my God, everybody looks at you.
Yeah.
I guess figure out what you want to do.
I think you just shot the monster that ran the Salvation Army. So.
I'm fine with that. They're terrible people.
They kind of are, yeah.
Good, Doc. You said you wanted to do something.
Yeah, I'm not now.
Save
now
me,
I don't know
Doc!
if I want to do them.
Who's that weirdo? Oh!
What the hell's happening here?
But no, you said like.
So everybody's paying attention to him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The doc runs out.
No,
Son of
All right.
a bitch.
Look, a distraction.
I'm going to throw or subtly throw my smoke bomb.
Oh, okay. So that's definitely either a clever trick, or I might say you could hoodwink is a convincing lie or disguise. No, I think that's a clever trick. So that's plus your vinegar. 2d6 plus your vinegar. On a 10 plus, you get to mark an additional luck.
Fantastic. I need to have experience for sucking.
Not a 10, but 9.
Yay.
There is
Could,
at least
could
one
you
other.
spend a bond with him to get
Oh,
an
yeah.
extra
Yeah.
point?
Do we have a bond?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yes,
I
we
do have a
fucking do.
bond.
Chirp, chirp! I'm the
I'm not.
metagaming pigeon.
I'm not.
No, that's Cappy
Yeah.
going. Guys.
It's fine because we're still getting.
Yes, you can spend a
I
bond.
will,
Well, he
I will
could
put that up.
spend a bond with you to aid you. I don't know
Yes, I
that
have
you
one,
can
so I
spend
can
a
do that.
bond in this
Okay.
instance.
okay.
Right, because you're
Since he's
performing
trying to
the
help me, I'm
action. He's
definitely gonna
helping
help.
you with your
Yes.
with your bond.
Cool.
So what's this
That's
look
a
like
10.
then? You're throwing the
So-
smoke bomb sneakily.
So I'm activating the smoke bomb and kicking it towards him, so it incorporates him,
Okay.
and trying to incorporate me into it. I guess without
Yeah, I think that's really doable. I sort of like the idea that you like toss it his way and it doesn't quite make it. And so as he's like flailing on the ground
Mhm.
and she's like throwing him
So-
down, he kind of grabs it
So
and like
as it
That's what I was thinking
explodes,
too, yeah.
so as it explodes,
Mhm.
I'm going into it.
okay.
and I'm going to cut her throat.
Okay, certainly.
Foreplay's over.
So.
Oh, I could do so many things.
Did,
Started blasting.
did this one work? Do you guys? Yeah, there
Holy
it is.
shit! Yeah, it did.
So there's at least one
okay.
other.
No, never mind. As opposed to that, I'm not going to stab her. I'm going to.
No.
I'm going to basically try and tackle her off of him, trying to save her.
Well, wait. Before you do that, so you threw the smoke
Interesting.
bomb. So that's going to get her to stop pinning me for a second, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I'm asking.
I never said she pinned you. I said she threw you down onto the rocks out of the water where you
so
fell.
I'm not pinned?
Correct.
Okay. So I was going to negotiate, but as the smoke bomb goes off, I'm going to pull my actual gun, which is the 3-harm gun, and I'm going to shoot to try to do some damage before the smoke.
But I'm going to try and tackle her out of the way.
Okay.
Don't do that.
So, first, let's have the get into a scrap roll for shooting. You're shooting at the one who pulled you out of the water, is that correct?
Yeah, the one who's like standing there.
Okay. So, roll
Actually, if he
2d6 plus your
shoots her,
blood.
either way, it's still good for me. I don't care.
What is it? Plus blood?
Plus blood, correct.
Why are you laughing at me?
There we
go.
I'm a doctor.
Finally.
So,
I can help her.
on a 10 plus, you also seize the ante as well as getting your hit. You do have the option of doing half damage rounded down and stealing something from them, forcing them into a new position, or intimidating them into backing off, or you can do the whole harm of your weapon.
So I'm going to do the full harm of the weapon, and I'm going to blind her. Because I get to call the shot, which is I'm shooting her right before the smoke comes in. Which if I had failed, she could have screwed my day up.
Okay.
So I'm going to blind her, which is my call touch. And now they can't see anything. And then I'm going to attempt to escape.
Okay. So as we come back around to her, I'm going to give you a little bit more of the story that is happening, right? So you've jumped down from the balcony and fallen into the water. She's hauled you up. Again, the first woman, her name is Lillian, has hauled you up out of the water and tossed you onto the rocks. She stands over you as the scene takes place. In that moment, the smoke bomb, flies across the room, across the floor, and begins to emit smoke. You pull out your weapon, and she says, "I don't know what you're doing here, but you're not welcome with this behavior." And then you shoot at her. And then I would like Nathaniel to roll. Gosh, you're going to jump in and try and protect her. Is that correct? Are you waiting until she's hurt, or are you rescuing?
I'm not going to rush. I'm not rushing to prevent her from taking damage.
Okay. In that case, I think you are
tackling
hoodwinking
her to save her.
This is a lie. This is fully a story you're concocting to put on.
No, I'm tackling her to save her.
Sure. Okay.
The reasons are my own.
I think this is a hoodwink roll.
Okay. What's that mean?
It's convincing. It's a convincing lie, which is that I was just saving you. I'm just saving you. There's no ulterior motive. It's not about getting my friends safe. Oh no, you're being attacked by this crazy gunman. Let me help you. My name's Sebastian, and for that reason, I think this is hoodwink, which is going to be 2d6 plus your polish.
On that is also in Sebastian.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the whole thing has been a clever ruse,
A ruse.
Yeah, I think it has to be a hoodwink here, and so it's your polish.
Oh no.
Plus your polish. A 3.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
You get to market experience on a miss.
Fun.
I
can still save this.
Yeah, you can. Well, you can also
You're
still
all
save
gonna
her.
Be leveling up if you live.
You can still
No,
tackle
I'm
her
still
out of
not
the
there
way.
Yeah.
if
How
that's...
the fuck did the barbarian get a part-time job when this shit's going on?
Yeah.
Listen, do you
Not my
know?
fault. I
Fucking,
rolled
fucking craze moving barrels and up in the
This is
temple.
this is why I didn't want anybody fucking following.
Do you know what the
This
doctor
isn't
said?
even your
I'm
guys'
just gonna
beef.
go
This
look.
is our beef.
Just look up, hear guns going off, like.
No,
"God
he's
damn
here
it."
on his entirely own mission. Leave aside this happens to be a temple you have beef with. He's like, is this the place I had that weird dream about? And then motherfucking Skane's like, pew, pew, pew. Like, this was a
not
peaceful mission.
I
This
roll
was
a D6,
reconnaissance.
and I rolled 2
Yeah, this is
sixes,
why I said don't come.
but it's so much more fun when I'm here.
I will offer you on your miss roll here. You can have 2 potential success outcomes. You could
We posted the same meme.
not tackle her.
I didn't at the same time.
And make no performance about trying to get her out of the harm's way or anything, but still be a concerned person who wants to help. Or you can tackle her down out of the way, but it's not going to be like, oh, I was so worried for your help, or I was like worried for you, so I tried to save you from the crazy guy. It's going to be tackling her so that your friend can escape.
No.
You want to maintain your ruse, then you don't tackle
yes.
her, but you can maintain that you're a bystander and act from here about what your next move is going to be, and she still thinks you're Sebastian the Curious Churchgoer. Maybe. If she's lucky, you may be a churchgoer. Okay.
And I'm running.
Yes. So the gunshot goes off. She staggers back. You see a couple of spots where scales have chipped away and there's like little bits of blood trickling. She doesn't look overtly harmed though, aside from a little bit of bleeding and a couple of missing pieces of scale. And she sort of staggers back. This is a large, powerful weapon, and she's sort of stunned for a moment. You can begin to make your escape, Skane, and then you have this opportunity here where you've maintained your ongoing deception of just being a curious faith person, and act from here.
Okay. Are they doing anything to stop him from escaping?
The second woman that I have the picture of here, is... Are you going for the door, or are you running out, Skane?
I am going to find the quickest exit.
Yes, okay. So, you're running for the main door. It's a big, giant, like, arched doorway. Like, 6 or 7 people can come through at a time. This is a place of welcome and community. So there's plenty of space in this big open doorway for you to make your escape through. So you're running down this path between the different pools, going for the exit. The other woman that you see, fully in her God-given form, follows you slowly from a distance. She's got her large staff as a weapon, but she doesn't seem to be trying to do anything except prevent you from coming back into the temple. So as long as you keep running away, she will not disturb you.
I am running as fast as possible.
Then I am going to look at Lillian and go, I am a medical doctor, I can help.
She sort of...
I will literally pull out my tool.
She's like holding the wound on her chest and sort of looks around you to also watch Skane leave. And then she says, well, it's very kind of you, but I don't think it's too bad, as I said.
You got shot in the chest. Let me look at it, please. Let me make sure that you are alright. Please.
Roll for me again, the hoodwink, with your polish. Because this is a tough sell, given the circumstances. But it works. So, she says that, again, watching until, like, essentially he's out of sight, she'll say, okay. Sure, yes, that would be most appreciated. And after a moment or two, both the woman at the door and Lillian Revert back to a more peaceful visage. She does still have like a small wound on her chest as you go to examine her.
I think I got it.
Did ya? Nice. Oh my gosh. Is that surgery
Yeah.
you rolled?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Neat. Yeah. She kind of leads you just a bit to the side. The other woman at the front, you hear begin to speak to the remaining people. Simple
So
things.
while I'm doing,
Mhm.
so while I'm doing this, I want to see if I can subtly acquire a sample, either of blood, of skin scales, something.
Knew this
With
was
a
where it was
13, you
going.
totally can.
Cool, fantastic.
With a 13, you can both gather a little bit of like the discarded and damaged scales around the wound,
Okay.
and take a small sample of blood.
Cool.
You're able. It's essentially a small laceration. There's a couple of like deeper spots where it gouged. You're able to patch these up with a couple of sutures. It's a very easy fix. And again, behind you, you hear the other woman. There's no need to be alarmed. The person has left. You're safe here once more. She's apologizing for the fear and the commotion. Very much seems well intentioned as she turns to the people who come to them for sanctuary.
He will look back at the other woman.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone else hurt?
She looks about the room, and then you see as her gaze goes up to the balcony where a couple of the others are and the man who was in the scuffle. And they communicate a little bit, and it says it doesn't seem like anybody else is hurt.
Good. Good.
Maybe that man, but I don't know that we want to.
Concern. Yeah, I'm not concerned if. Anyway,
He's lucky he didn't drown falling into the water like that. I pulled him out before he could go too deep and hit the rocks, but he seemed quite upset.
I didn't notice, to be fair.
She will laugh as you say you didn't notice. You're like, well, I suppose other things were happening from your perspective. Yes, no, I'm just glad everybody's all right. And you're okay? I'm so sorry that this has happened. It's really, truly not something that we see happen often in our temple. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. This was bizarre, really.
No, I wonder why he just decided to go off like that.
Who can say? I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Yes, I'm sure he'll get whatever's coming to him. Karma can definitely bite people. But are you okay?
She looks down at the presumably like small sutures and bandage and says, "Yes, no, I'm fine. As I said, there are perks to the service I provide the Ocean Father, and one of them is that I'm not so frail as I may appear. But thank you. I do appreciate the doctoring, and I'm very sorry to be rude, but there are children and others here who are quite scared, and it's if you are all right, I should really help and tend to the others who are still afraid."
He will take her hand in his, and as long as you're all right, definitely tend to them. This must have been a traumatic experience for them. If you were all right, I will let you be. If you do not mind, I would like to make sure that you're okay in like a day or so. In fact, because there could have been something on his bullet. Who knows?
She looks down at the wound again, looking a bit more concerned. Like, yes, of course. That would be lovely. We'd love to have you back, and I do look forward to conversing with you further. But I appreciate your understanding and your quick actions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And she will turn and go to tend people.
He will help her up.
Okay.
Like a gentleman.
Oh, and she does like give your hand a squeeze as you're like, oh, I'd like to come back, and she's very, very much believing your good intentions, and does turn and begin, again, there was a kind of people about bathing, gathering things, and just soothing the crowds.
Yeah, then he will take his leave. And take a circuitous route back.
Sure. Makes plenty of sense.
A what now?
Circuitous.
It's a big nerd.
It's
Big word.
a big nerd. That is a big nerd. You're so correct.
A big nerd on
It's a big nerd. I am a big nerd, and that is a big word. That is a multi-syllabic word.
Syllabic.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I'm playing a doctor. I really have to get into character.
He is,
That's
college educated. That man.
Yes. No, he's not. No, he's not.
But to get into character, did you read the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, though?
No, I looked at the... No.
No, he just knows big words.
Pictures.
I know big words.
Right.
I play a stupid person because I am. I have words. I have the... Unlike some other people, I do words.
You cut out just the right way that I'm pretty sure you said big words, but you could have said the bigger dick, and we wouldn't have known.
I have the
biggest
best
words and the best words.
biggest-
Nobody
the biggest
uses words like you.
Nobody uses words like I do.
God damn.
No. What?
Skane, you run out of this large open door into the sort of tide pools and lower coastal areas. It's very easy to duck into an alley here, duck under a hanging, like drying clothesline there, and disappear. How far are you going? Are you waiting for the doctor? Are you getting somewhere where you might reconnect, or are you off on your own adventure now?
I am going back to the ship.
Wonderful. As
Because
you...
I have made a ruckus, and I mean to, be scarce for a minute.
As you make your
Oh my
way
gosh.
through the streets, the pathway down here is all sort of looser cobbles, and you do eventually find Cray. He's hauling currently a very large crate that seems to be full of little bits of scrap metal. And you step out from, around a corner under a little awning and nearly run into him as he's hauling this.
What'd you do?
He's soaking wet, by the way, like actively dripping.
I didn't do nothing. I just happened to stab a priest or two of the people you don't like.
Oh.
But they were in
Okay.
like the
And he just goes and carries the stuff. Like it's just, oh, okay. He just goes. Like, that's a good enough explanation for him. He's happy with that.
See, you don't care.
No. That's why we're friends. You're not getting murdered currently, so we're good.
True.
Currently.
And then I'd start heading back to the ship with Cray.
Yeah, it's easy enough.
No, Cray would fully rope you into also carrying shit. He's been working here the whole time.
Hell
Here,
yes.
to put through the shit over your fucking head, get a little hood going on. This is now Assassin's Creed.
I've been here the whole time.
Great. So I'll add you to the manual labor list. You'll be helping for a bit longer with Cray there.
Hooray.
We are, approximately an hour and a half in. How are we feeling? Would we like to take a break here?
Break could be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could break.
Okay, so then we will be back 10, 15 minutes, and we'll pick up probably with either the captain or Harambe here, and see what happens. Stream, take care. We'll see you shortly.
I got a treat.
You got a treat. And the rest of us got treats and snacks and things, and we're back. So, my friends, I was just saying actually that we should pick up with the captain, but you still have to make your way back to the city, or back from the city to the ship. Are you planning on getting sidetracked, or were you just going to make a beeline back?
Me?
No, I'm sorry, Nathaniel, who is leaving a temple.
I'm taking a circuitous route.
Okay. I want to point out a couple of things that you see along your way before we switch, because I meant to do that and then realized we were at a good point for a break. As you make your way through the streets, you notice a couple of things. Again, I've been calling them tiers of the city, but this sort of lower level here, down by the water, is clearly impoverished. The people who ran from the temple at the noise, at your order, and things like that are sort of scattered about. You see a couple of people who are like damp and hastily clothing themselves in more layers. You see some like children who are kind of grouped together and scared and crying. And more than anything, what you really notice as in that sort of first couple of, let's call them blocks around the temple, is that you see more of the practitioners in their dresses tending to these people, sitting with them, telling stories, comforting the children, very much supporting them through what was a scary and frightening experience.
Yes, talking to them using siren powers.
Talking.
Mermaid.
In addition, you spot more than a few children who are watching this happen, like they know if they're careful, they might be able to get their fingers on something from the priests and priestess.
Pickpockets, cool.
Exactly. There's a couple of those sorts of groups milling about, and you even catch a couple of small scuffles between some like younger people, all the way from, you know, what looks like perhaps children between the ages of 5 and 10, all the way up into like late teenage people in this lower level. Very much scrap, steal, kill or be killed sort of behaviors. They're fighting for things as you make your way through the more impoverished levels of the town. That said, the closer you get to the docks proper, while it does not look fancy, it is better maintained. There is a bit more of a presence of some sort of police or a law in the area, maintaining a nice barrier from pickpockets and things of that nature, so that people on the docks are able to come and go unharassed. And so it's a very distinct difference from what is town and what is an important area for coming and going. Those are the things you see here for now. If you go out again, there may be difference. Meanwhile, down in the belly of the ship, last we left our captain, he had performed a ritual with the ship in order to garner some more information. We had just learned from the ship's heart, that there was once a woman on the ship who promised a curse upon the vessel and the people sailing upon it, because of her poor treatment. As you call upon both the power that you hold within you and the power of the ship to perform this ritual, you see a bit more. You learn and you experience a bit more. The woman that was handed over to some other people was handed over to a pirate lord. You recognize this person as one of the 8. What changes in this new vision that you experience is, instead of a sort of mostly silent and disjointed sort of memory from the ship's perspective, you are able to get a bit more. You see that after her time with the pirate lords, that the woman looks now thinner than before, more haggard even than she was, but is able to leave them walking on her own to rejoin a different group of people. Perhaps also familiar to you. Does Nar know anything about the cult of Osgrim? I know that you have your own cult to deal with, and so I don't know if you are brushed up on others, or if you've specialized.
I think I'm probably specialized to my own cult issues.
Sure.
You know, you never forget your first kind of thing.
Surely.
But
this is a familiar sight, vaguely anyway. These people all wear clothing that has similar motifs. You see lots of references to the moon and death amongst the people who greet her, and they welcome her in with a sort of deep reverence. You see a couple of days of time that span from her return from the Pirate Lords to these people until she stands at the front of the group. A glimmer of power falls over her shoulders, and a face that you would have heard of, given the strange nature, a face and a name that you would have heard, given the strange nature of your ship and sort of some of the exploring you've been doing, the things you've been looking into. The woman suddenly before this crowd is Mab. And if that doesn't ring a bell to you yet...
It rings a bell to me.
It is certainly something you could ask around about in town, or in other places to learn more about. But this appearance is infamous, and you know her instantly from lore and legend and whispers and voices that say, if you're looking for magic, this is where you go. And that's the end of this vision. A name and a face that is of legend that you recognize vaguely from descriptions, given the research you've been working on. That was way fun for me. I really liked that.
If only you knew how traumatized most of us are from the Dresden Files.
Yeah.
You don't know that you push the buttons that you push.
That's amazing.
You're doing good.
You said the three-letter word that is scary for my Dresden brain.
Uh-huh. Goddamn bitches everywhere.
As I'm sitting and like absorbing this, and the ritual finishes, do I feel my own demon's presence still?
Oh, like watching and listening, observing? Yes,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I know that you know who she is.
A pulse of recognition.
My first thought is that someone that powerful, maybe you would be able to feel a pull, a direction, a heading. Could lead to some tasty magical artifacts if you're so inclined.
There's a very full silence in response to this. Eventually, that presence that you recognized to be her begins to fade away. She speaks not, but rather than that tide washing all the way out, you feel a small tether. Just the slowest, lightest hint of a pull. And that's the only response you get from her.
If I were willing to bargain with her, could it increase the pull? Do I get the sense that she's holding back and just giving me a taste, a tease? Or is this the extent of what she could do?
I will say that this is the extent of what she can do now.
Okay, that's fair. Then I will kind of like push myself up off of the floor of the ship. Put a hand on the heart and say, we're going to get you fixed. And then make my way up to the main deck.
Interesting. Okay, wonderful. Hold on, I have to put 2 notes now. Okay.
I got a thing for fixing broken things. It's kind of my...
Charming. As you finish this and sort of make your way out of the belly of the ship, I presume?
Yes.
You run again into Shale, who seems to be sort of hovering about outside the captain's quarters, like she was hoping to catch you.
Something that I can help you with, Shale?
You said before that there might be some negotiating we could do about what it might mean to join your crew more formally.
You can't see the smile on my face, but go on.
Well, I'll be frank with you. As I've said before, my father was a lawman, and I know how the law treats their sailors. And I know that the whispers among the lawmen are that the free have always been a more reasonable expectation of service and share than what the law offers. A temptation almost to run off and join. And I wouldn't want to sign on to your crew for any sort of perpetual service. I do still eventually want to settle in a place that is more free, but I'm not disinterested in learning to fight and being perhaps a bit more prepared for dealing with those among the free. And if there were a shorter term contract, perhaps, or something with a reasonable end, I do think that I could be of help on ship until I was ready to settle again.
I still feel this tether that's kind of pulling me a direction.
Out towards the horizon.
Right. From my navigational knowledge, which in historical terms was pretty good, because we got here fairly easily.
Heard the music, yeah. You're on the ship.
Is this the direction of the Million Maw that I'm being pulled towards, or a different direction?
It is out towards the Million Mall.
It is kind of the same way.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, Shale, there's actually a matter that I have to deal with regards to the crew. You see, we're currently overstaffed. However, as a guest, you do have passage to the Million Maw. And if you had skills that could make you valuable to this crew, myself, the ship, we might be able to bump off some people for you to take their place. But I can't have crewmen that can't pull their own weight. And knowledge of the Navy, while valuable, doesn't do us a lot of good in the waters that we travel.
No, I understand. I'm not useless on a ship. My father was a Navy man. I can help sail. I'm well familiar with the rigging and the workings of a vessel of this size. I'll be honest. And she looks about.
As are the next 20 people that I could point to on this ship.
Surely.
Now, our agreement for your safe passage still stands. Though I'm not opposed to adjusting the contract, the proof is going to lie with you. The reason to stay on this ship, we don't have unlimited space. What do you bring?
What if I told you that I have a bit uncomfortable but solid connections to the Guild of Ink?
Well, you see, that information, that is worth a few crew spots.
I'm certain there's at least one or two who would still owe me a favor amongst their number, and a handful of others who would recognize me that I could not promise would look at me fondly, but would at least get us into a position to have a conversation. Now, I'm fairly good at charming my way through situations with men such as them, but I do think if you had somebody even more polished than I to assist, those would, even perhaps the ones less fond of my family, would deal with us then.
Well, those are connections that I can't really overlook. And they would be invaluable should the need arise. I would be happy to amend your contract for a little more of a temporary permanent stay. We are still going to be heading towards your final destination. We have business to attend, the ship and I. So, in truth, we're not deviating too far from the plan. Though, to amend our agreement, should the need arise that we need those connections and that recognition, it is my understanding that you are offering all of that to me at my discretion.
In exchange for the lessons in how to fight better, to defend myself, as well as our existing contract, I would offer you at least one of those favors that I am owed, should the need arise, and the connections as I am able to present them to you. Meanwhile, I'm a decent hand at the rigging. I would be learning to fight, and I could help in that sense as well. And if you drop me off at port before anything exciting happens, you could always know you would know where to find me then, should you need that favor later.
As a more permanent fixture of the crew, and not necessarily entirely a passenger, there are certain things that you will be having to deal with on this ship. Certain things that will be expected of you.
Worse than the giant worm?
Well,
What about the man who
not.
had the... Did you see that? Was it his whole face that had tentacles?
Don't talk bad about my brother. Listen, the point is, there are things on this ship that passengers don't have to deal with necessarily. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Would you willingly run out against that, should the need arise? Would you stand in defense of your fellow crewmen?
She considers this for a long moment. She says, while what I saw, not but hours ago, was intimidating, I do think I could be at least as useful as that guy who tried to put you out when you were on fire. With some training, I might even be, like, more capable. But I would try. For the opportunity to learn. What you're
First and
offering
foremost,
me in this moment is the ability to keep myself safe going forward. And I don't think that the risk to my life on this ship is any worse than the risk to my life on a island full of pirates that I can't defend myself against.
that's one way of looking at it. Absolutely. But what I'm actually offering you is, if you become a crew member, we'll all be looking out for you as much as you look out for us. And to be fair, that one that tried to put me out, he's new, and we really just, him and his brother were a package deal. We needed the blacksmith. You know what? The point is, I think that you have the ability to learn. You haven't struck me as somebody that's completely inept. I'm willing to give you a shot. I just want you to be aware of what you're stepping into. It's not the Navy. If things go bad, people don't come home. We don't hold burials at sea for everyone that we lose, because there's just not enough time. So if that's the life that you want to live, I'm willing to let you live it for a little bit.
I understand. I'm in. Do I sign somewhere, or... I used to shake, and she'll offer you.
My gloved hand comes out. Now, okay, this is not necessarily an ability that I have. So if you don't want to fluff this way, that's fine. But I can make myself an inferno. Can I make my hand a little extra warm to the touch when we shake on it?
Yeah, sure. That seems reasonable. Not gonna, like, hurt anybody. It's just
No.
flavor. It's
I
flavor.
no harm. It's all just flavor.
Yeah.
You just want Faustian overtone.
Exactly that. 100% that.
I was
She
gonna
has
have her
made a deal with the devil.
just have her sign in blood.
Blood's messy.
Just remember,
Oh.
everyone, Faustian bargains. Still a bargain.
She's part of the crew. She's gonna have to give blood.
The as my hand touches hers and is warm to the touch, I lean in very close and I go, "Welcome to the crew. Now you lose your nice little bunk bed.
She, notably in her very fine, sort of fancy garb here, right? Pulls her hat off, and her hair tumbles down around her, and she goes, "Okay, I was tired of that fucking skirt anyway. Do you have pants? I suppose I could get some here."
Have you met Vivian, Nathaniel's aide? She
Oh,
might have something
yes.
that could fit you.
A great idea. Yeah, I'll speak to her. In that case, Captain, if the crew is out and about, I don't presume I can't also go about the town?
Actually, you can't. But what you can do for me is once you change and do all the things that you need to do, go and find all the crew that you can that's remained on the ship. Tell them that I'm calling a meeting, and I would like everyone to attend this night.
What?
You get to be a messenger.
Happily. And if
Run
there's...
along.
Yeah, if there's nothing further, she turns about to do so. Wonderful. Delightful.
And on that note, I would like to call an entire ship meeting as well at some point. I don't know how that is practical. I would wait till most people were back, if not all. So.
There are 2 more things to tend to. Notably, I want to comment that as you bring up your blacksmith, you also realize that you haven't seen him in a while. And certainly not since you've docked. And you're actually not sure where he wandered off to.
How did we lose him? He's like 18 fucking pounds of pure muscle per inch.
Yeah. And his brother's gone too. Because you've been down in the belly of the ship.
I don't know where I stand. I'm chopped liver.
You made yourself chop liver.
Yeah, Elminister's
Yeah,
brother is also gone, okay? It's
This
fine.
was by
Elminister
design.
will be back.
It was.
Okay.
That said, unless there was something else the captain wanted to do in this moment, because I have asked the others what they were up to. We picked up with your last ritual.
At this point, I would be waiting for
Ship meeting.
everyone to be back on the ship to essentially hold that meeting. So
Okay.
feel free to transition.
Delightful. There's a tavern. Not too fancy, very, very cozy, a little bit dim, that we find ourselves back in. Inigo, the delightful woman you were speaking to. Hold on. Eventually I'll get good at actually doing the Roll20 and the talking. Probably. You guys seem to figure it out, so...
It takes time.
You'll get it.
It takes time.
And then once you figure it out, they'll add some new features, then it'll be more fun.
What I need is a 3rd screen, so I don't have to put everything down to get rid of the old stuff.
You need minimum 3 screens to run.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough. It's rough right now, but it's okay.
Yep.
It's a cozy tavern, bustling with people here for the lunch crowd, perhaps. And the woman that Inigo has been talking to makes her way in and out, both out through the back door doing some sort of outside work, as well as coming back in and continuing to serve others. A man approaches the bar, sitting beside you, Inigo. Nondescript. He looks like he probably used to sail, a bit older, down on his luck by the wear on his clothes and his shoes, but no more so than really anybody else in this part of the city. That said, he looks at you and watches as you sort of watch Alwyn, the woman, the bartender, move between other people, sitting about, making herself comfortable and friendly. And he says, well, aren't you a new face around here? I was wondering, lad, if you don't mind, and he gives you a little nudge if you hadn't quite caught on that he was talking to you yet. Oh, what did the lass tell you to call? A fine-looking lady, if I do say so myself. He's way too old. For clarity.
He's got a private island somewhere, they say.
Mm-hmm.
No. I say to this man, I suppose I got a little too wrapped up in her beauty to recall her name proper. I believe it was Alwyn?
Wow, is that so? Alwyn. A fine name, I'm sure, for a fine-looking woman. Are you new to town, then? Not been here before?
You could say that, yes.
Interesting. Well, I like a beautiful woman as much as the next guy, but, you might be careful with the staff around here, you know? It's, not well looked upon to steal them away from their place of work, especially. And he looks around at the other people about. With all of these customers here. But, should she fancy you, I imagine it's her choice, isn't it?
I believe all women should absolutely have the choice to see who they want to when they want to, personally.
A good lad, well, and he sort of looks at you oddly again, and then turns around and says, "Hey, Alwyn, darling, I'd love a drink when you have a moment." And she looks over and catches sight of the man next to you, and waves a hand. She looks at him like perhaps she recognizes him, and says, "Oh, just a few minutes, I'll be there." And then continues to work about, of bringing by, without asking him, eventually a drink that he seems quite pleased with. Sets it before him, he hands her some coin. It's all very familiar. She looks at you as she passes and says, "You know, it's pretty busy in here, but I think I'll have a lunch break soon. If you wanted to meet me in the market, perhaps we could find some sort of food."
Sure thing.
Notably, after making this plan with you, rather than turning back to the other patrons of the bar or disappearing into the storerooms and things, she does go outside, out the back, where she's been sort of in and out doing something, and begins to, you see through the window, wander off.
I will get up and put some coins on the bar for a tip and head to the market, I guess.
We'll be back over here. So, she has gone out the back of the tavern. She's making her way. It looks like the gradual slope up as she begins to walk away. You have been about this space. You found this tavern. You know that there's a market here on this tier where you saw some food stalls and things earlier. She definitely appears to be going up to the next tier. Do you plan to follow her, or are you waiting for her to come back to you at the market?
I'll follow her.
Wonderful. So,
we might be about to change where everybody is at.
Yeah, I was going to say, there are a couple of things happening now that I'd like to address before we continue. I'm going to say that this has happened approximately half the day has gone by. We're well into essentially lunchtime, and we docked early in the morning. So, Skane and Cray, you find yourselves sent away, done working. Well, I imagine that you were like, hey, this guy's also from my crew and he's helping too, and in an attempt to get more for your buck. But you're sent off to your own free will. And there is from within the shipwright some loud metallic.
Tog.
Yeah.
You know, Tog had to restart his.
Are there words here? Hold on, I can do a thing too
He
over
says,
here.
PC crash, BRB.
Okay.
I'm back.
Oh yay! Metallic clanging ringing out from inside the shipwright's sort of building. You notice the smokestack is billowing heavily, and there are noises being made there that you weren't hearing necessarily before. Otherwise, you can see a couple of other things. You're down in the sort of impoverished part of town. You hear people talking about like a gunman in the church. There's a couple of people who look fairly frightened. You're now hearing that ringing out of noise from the shipwright. And as you look, given the shape of this town, as you kind of look around, finished, putting down your last boxes, all done with some harder labor than perhaps you usually have to do on the ship, you see like a little dark blob moving up the next tier around you. It's got like a fedora and some like real dark clothing, and gee whiz. Is that Inigo up there? Wandering off into the wilds on his own.
The caption under your picture makes me laugh.
Thanks. You can see him from where you're at. You're welcome to go check on what he's doing, interfere, he's the new guy. Otherwise, if Nathaniel is still on his way back to the ship, I imagine about now you're crossing paths. Again, the idea being the ship right off the docks, easily accessed by people coming into the port. You can join forces, the three of you, and take off towards something else. You can head back towards the ship, or you can see what Inigo's getting up to. I like the idea of you secretly following Inigo, who's secretly following a woman he doesn't know.
How enveloped in more work am I?
What do you mean?
Am I still doing the part-time job?
Your computer crashed right as I was saying. It's been about half a day. You've been working from morning well into noon now. And he's taken your help and Skane's help coming a bit later and said, thank you for your efforts.
Great, okay.
Bugger off.
Oh, great. I feel like the instant that we would see
that little dark
dude walking off to he'd just look over at Skane, look back up, look back at Skane, it's gonna be good, and just starts walking that way.
Did you also catch the frightened children and the people talking about the gunman in the church?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
realized that was all about the same computer crash zone, so making sure.
Yep.
Yeah, don't know anything about that. That's crazy.
That's was nuts.
That's
That was
terrible. Anyway.
I've never even seen a gun before.
Cool. It's a gun.
So, would anybody like to join on this adventure? It sounds like Cray might take off after Inigo. Is anybody else joining in on this scheme?
Yeah, I'll follow Cray.
Hell yeah. Doc, are you joining up? Like I said, passing by on the dock, so you're gonna see them and go, nope. You might have some words for Skane.
I make eye contact and go.
What?
Where are you
Did
off
you-
to?
Did you die?
You almost did.
Didn't even get a scratch.
Yeah, you almost died. I gotta deliver things to keep them safe. Where are you off to?
Flamingo's
wa-
about to jump in a.
Gonna watch
Problem.
Flamingo go fail.
I think the two of you could probably handle.
I don't know if anyone can handle this, and he just walks away.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with him and watch Domino fail.
yeah, that's fine.
Is that a new one? Hold on, I have a
It's
running
not.
tally. It is a new one. No,
Okay.
Domino is a new one.
All right. Well, you gonna watch the domino fall? All right. Well,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
yeah. Don't get hurt too bad. Yeah. Just keep. Oh, mask. Cover the face just in case.
I think he's wearing a hood.
Developed a
'Cause-
hood out of.
Because
bullshit
yeah.
No, I have a hood on my garb.
I'm just saying because it's still recent, so just be careful.
Yeah, I have a hood. I'm good.
All right. I gotta deliver scales and blood sample.
Yeah, see?
You're welcome.
He's got a...
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
cool.
that. That's because I'm good.
Who caused the distraction?
I would have gotten it eventually anyway. He walks off with.
They understand each other.
There's both a slow back and forward sort of sloping path up and a couple of sections of what looks like probably is meant to be maintenance access up the steeper cliff sides of some like roughly hewn together ladders and other sort of climbing equipment so you could make your way out and up the tiers more quickly for like maintenance things. You spot that you could take that up to reach Inigo more quickly, but you might be pretty obvious doing that. If you wanted to be sneaky about it, you'd have to hurry up the path instead. He's in the next tier up from you. That's why you're able to see him.
I attempted to be sneaky earlier today. It failed.
We just.
It's really about whether or not you want him to know you're there. It's not about, we're not worried about other people in this moment. This is
No. He must not know that we're there.
Okay.
Also, if I fuck up anymore, I might level up.
Then I think you could
Yeah,
hurry
more
up the
than one.
path very, much more subtly than you could scale a wall. While you see people doing this to get up and down quickly, especially like a handful of children of various ages, it's more obvious than walking on the path.
Okay.
Ahead of Inigo, and so eventually the two of you, we still do have our Alwyn, the bar maiden. She's making her way through the streets like she is quite familiar with where she's off to. going up an entire level of the city, where she sort of looks around, keeping her eyes out, trying to catch sight of anybody who might be following her around. For that purpose, Inigo, would you be standing out in the open, or are you going to attempt to remain unseen?
I'd try and remain unseen, I suppose.
Great. I think that's probably hoodwinking. No, a clever trick. Stay hidden. Okay. I think it's probably a trick. Roll for me. I'm gonna say, clever trick gives you a luck if you pull off a 10, or you can roll, not a proper move, but instead you can roll with your, vinegar, if that would be better for you. Oh, so it's clever trick, so you might as well roll that.
So that's plus.
That's getting into things you shouldn't, you know?
So what do I add for the roll down? My polish?
Your vinegar.
Oh, my vinegar. Okay.
Yeah, they
sorry,
were both
I'm
vinegar.
silly.
That's why I was like, oh, well, you might as well aim for the luck. Yeah, hey, mark the luck on a 10 plus.
Let's go.
And then we're just gonna call that the upper hand. You know that, you know, you're following this woman. You see her kind of looking around like she's maybe checking to see if she is being followed, and you can avoid her notice here. So, you know, you follow her from a distance, and you start to spot a couple of things happening. You see that as she begins to speak with some of these people, again, a little bit more finely dressed, a little bit just clothing less worn down, more frills and bells and whistles to their outfits. That just like at the tavern you were in earlier, she seems to charm these people fairly easily. She wanders through like she knows a bunch of these people, and occasionally, with a sharp eye, you notice that she seems to be taking something from these people. Some of them are handing her things. Others, she seems to be lifting when they aren't paying attention. A little bit here, something over there. Eventually, you notice that the belt she wears, full of pockets, begins to fall lower and lower down her hips with the weight of what she's carrying. She bends down and scoops up a basket off the ground, goes to a couple of these higher-end vendors, and with the new coin in her pocket, purchases a number of food items that she shoves in there, as well as a couple of small tools she slips amongst the food. At this point, Skane and Cray are able to find Inigo in the market and see sort of what's happening. He's following a woman. You're not really sure which one, but he's clearly following somebody. And you guys, I assume, are also trying to get or stay pretty hidden from his view. Would you both also roll me clever tricks? It's going to be 2d6 plus your vinegar.
Well, that's less bad.
Okay.
Great.
On a miss, you can mark an experience. I'm going to say this is a really good position for Cray to be of assistance. You're sort of wandering through these streets. They're pretty crowded here. This is a market district among the wealthier parts of town. There are lots of people about.
So we blend in great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You get a couple of odd looks, but you're not even the strangest people up there. Perhaps not the best dressed of the strange, but, you know, not unexpected. Wealth here takes many flavors. As you start to step around a corner, you notice Inigo sort of looking up, and you have an opportunity to rescue Skane from being caught. I'd say you can spend a bond or a luck, or you could even, I think, you could like punch him. Essentially, you could grapple him. You could roll your blood to like yank him back bodily out of the walkway.
It's good. First off, yes, I'm going to spend a bond to do that, but I feel like just because this is the way this whole fucking thing is going already, this is like basically a cartoon, and like Inigo's like walking around, and you see both of our heads like popping up around a corner of something, and Cray sees him start to look, and ducks back, and Skane doesn't, and you just see.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's spending a bond with Skane temporarily for this set.
Yes, what's up?
Okay.
Having seen her pick some pockets of ears, can I search my own person to see if she took anything from me by chance?
Absolutely. I mean, it's your own belongings.
You're no longer wearing underwear.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't notice anything missing. You're able to you're like, oh hey, that's definitely, she's definitely stealing from these people. And you pat your pockets, you check your hands for all your rings, your any of the jewelry you usually wear, your golden hoop in your ear to make sure you've always got passage if you need it. You've got these things still. They're all on you. You could hazard a guess that it would be a very bad choice to pickpocket visitors to her tavern. But she did invite you into the market, didn't she? So maybe she just hasn't got around to that yet. Again, you spot some tools, some sort of a couple of small weapons, and then large amounts of food, all going into this basket that she's already stolen, and she's acquiring these other goods with coin. Eventually, she ducks into a small shop that's got lots of cloth tapestries in front of the doors and the windows. You cannot see inside. You can follow her in, or you can make your way back.
Well, I've come this far. I will follow her in.
Great. That's exciting.
I don't. Oh boy.
As you.
Well, this is the part you're gonna have to tell Faye about. I'm just feeling it.
As you part the curtain, sort of like the hanging drapery, and stick your head into this shop, you're immediately greeted by an old man. He says, "Oh, a visitor. This early in the day. We don't often do readings, sir, but if you wanted to come back this evening, we've got a couple of performances, and we may have somebody who could read your tea then."
Can I make a how do I word this? Can I kind of
carefully
see if he's actually telling me that, if that's actually, he's just truly this old man that just wants to tell me this?
Okay, so let's
or
size
if he's
up.
Blowing smoke up my ass?
Absolutely. To roll to size up, I believe, is your d6 plus your vinegar. If you get higher than a 9, you get 2 questions. Oh.
Right.
Is this man just 3 goblins?
In a trench coat.
Okay.
How does luck work again?
You can spend luck before you roll to take +1 forward. You could... I mean, I would say that I could give you this 1 luck forward because it's still kind of a new concept. You could also essentially try again. The idea of sizing up, I feel like, is not something you couldn't roll a second time. To be like, okay, you know, I had a couple of questions in mind. You've already asked me a few, right? You said, can I tell if this old man is, like, legit? And if that's, like, really his business? Those questions you're not going to get good answers to. You did not succeed on your roll. But you could ask something else if you wanted to, like, what kind of business is this? Or something, if you wanted to roll again with new questions.
I would like to ask if the young woman in the shop is still there.
Okay, so that's totally just speaking to him, and you're free to do so. You've learned not information from your fates, but you could ask the man, you know, like, there was just a lady I saw come in. Is that your new plan?
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you ask him specifically?
I say to this man...
Are you listening through the
Young lady.
curtains? Sorry, I realize these two are stalking you also. Are you guys listening from outside, or... It's
This
just a
seems
shop.
Too fucking funny not to.
Great.
I'm gonna say, like, they're just, like, strong guys, so I figure, like, walk up near it and, like, kind of just do, like the lean. Totally not paying attention, but totally paying attention.
Perfect.
Alright. I say to the man, a young woman came in here earlier. Is she still here by chance?
Well, we're not technically open right now. That's why the door's covered. But how much earlier did somebody? Oh, I'm not sure. I know what you're talking about. I've got a wife and a daughter who you may have seen, but what do you mean earlier? That seems. Have you just been standing around watching my store?
Oh, no.
Very quietly, there's a...
Listen, if you don't believe in divination, you don't have to be here. In fact, as I said, we're not open now, but...
I met a young woman at a tavern, and upon noticing some strange things, some strange men tailing her, I noticed she started herself picking some pockets.
Ooh, gonna rat her out like that?
Listen, I don't know what exactly you think this is. I sell tea, and my wife does divination of the tea leaves. If you need the police, the constable is they've got a station on the far end of the market. You could let them know about a pickpocket.
Your daughter. You mentioned a daughter.
She's much too young for you, sir. She's 6. Brown hair, and I'll stab you if I have to.
Can I, at this point, can I determine if he's covering her tracks?
You can try to size up again. If you'd like to spend a luck, take a +1 forward. You can do so now.
I would like to do that. Yes.
Okay.
Great.
He seems really
Somehow
confused by you. Like, what you will get from this is, like, he's honestly baffled and starting to think maybe he needs to call the constable. Like, he's about ready. He's got a business that's closed. You've just wandered into his shop. You're like, there's a pickpocket. And he's like, go tell somebody who cares. I'm not being pickpocketed, and you're the only person who's not where they're supposed to be.
Question from the outside of this whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What can we determine from where we at?
Great. Would you like to roll to size up the situation?
Absolutely.
Would you like to spend a luck to take a +1 forward?
Absolutely.
It's
yes.
plus your vinegar.
So
You can do that too, Skane, if you want. Maybe you'll level up tonight.
I'm one failure away.
Hey! Okay.
So he's entirely stumped, and whatever it is completely obvious to us.
So, you get to ask 2 questions about the ongoing situation, and then, I believe Skane only gets 1. What is it? I mean, I imagine at least one of these questions is the same. Is this guy, full of shit, covering for the woman?
Yeah.
Are you asking the same question, Skane, or are you going to ask a different question? Are you trying to figure out what the...
Yeah, I guess, or maybe, because we're just, like, listening, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not really asking a question, we're just kind of listening.
Right.
So maybe, well, I didn't have a good thing, so yeah, I guess I'm just going to go with that.
Okay, so the both of you who have been sort of watching this play out, Inigo following the woman coming into this shop, have a pretty okay grasp on what's happening. You don't know why Inigo's following her, but he was, and you've seen the same things that he saw. Additionally, you get the impression that part of this man's anger and sort of like growing upsetness is part of the ruse that he's pulling to distract from the woman you all saw enter the shop.
Okay.
You're pretty
Question
certain
2.
that whatever's happening, he's protecting this young woman.
Question 2.
Mm-hmm.
Looking in the shop just a little bit. Are there any classic, like, this little curtain probably leads to a secret passage? There's a little, is there like a little, like, latched door behind this, like, barrel? Like, is there an obvious place where this lady might have ducked into that poor flamingo isn't picking up on, that I can see better from my vantage point at the door?
Yeah, there's actually not a lot you can see from the, like, period. The whole thing of this shop is that he's got, first of all, they're closed currently, and so they've kind of got their doorway covered. But also, it is like a cozy tea shop where they practice some sort of divining magic. And so the drapery is heavy to help muffle sound. It's very kind of dim and ethereal inside. Lots of like partitions for privacy among the people who are sitting and having their tea leaves read. Quite obvious to you, this is a great place to go if you're trying to lose someone, whether or not it has anything to do with this man's business. But as you look about kind of peeking in that door and like lifting the curtains in the windows, it does seem like he's legit. He sells tea, and that's what he does.
Uh-huh.
This is about to get really dumb really fast.
I'm so excited.
Hold,
What are you gonna do
please.
next?
Hold, please.
I
I'm
see
about
all
to
these
find
things
out.
happening, and then I firmly decide I'm not helping here. And I lean.
All
I
right.
go back to like.
Neat.
You might want to hold off on that.
returns and he's just staring at Skane with this like look on his face.
Alright, it's gonna get really freaking dumb because I just rolled horribly with my physical dice. Alright, old man, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna tell me where that young lady went, or so help me God, you're getting sand in your face.
Why does everybody have pocket sand?
kind of threat is that?
We're classically trained, okay?
Okay. You're gonna tell me what I want, or I'm going to hurt you. Sounds like parlay, right? You tell them what you're offering and what happens if they do that. What you want and what you're offering in return. Yeah. You want information, and if they don't give it to you, you're gonna beat him up. Or throw sand in his face. So, please roll to parlay. That's 2d6 plus your polish.
Oh, no.
Pocket sand.
All right.
Okay.
Whew. I can breathe a little bit easier on that one.
Hey, listen. I don't want any
We're just
trouble.
getting started.
I'm not trying to start a fight or anything.
Where the hell'd she go?
Listen, people come through here all the time. Look, you're in here. I don't know where she went off to. She's probably in the store somewhere. You want to go look for her? Like, I just work here. This is my tea shop. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I don't want any part of this. Okay?
You're gonna walk back there first, and I'm going to follow you. If she's not here, I'll leave. If she is here, she's gonna return the items she stole. Got it?
I don't know anything about any stolen items or anything, but yeah, man, if you want me to walk through the store, I guess I can do that.
I'll pull my special little cutlass made by Elminster out, just as a backup plan, in case. Because I feel it coming. I told you it was gonna get real stupid real fast.
Okay.
I didn't say how stupid, and I didn't say how fast.
Okay.
Apparently, I expedited this.
So you've now pulled, like, unsheathed, in your hand is your cutlass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a fair distance behind him, but close enough to where he knows, like, move. And I just...
He's like got his hands up, and he comes around from behind the counter with like a cane that he's using. You notice that he's got a prosthetic from the knee down on the right side. He says, listen, let me just close the shop proper so nobody else comes wandering in here, okay? I can't be leaving the front of the store just where anybody could wander in and fucking wave their sword at me, okay? I'm just gonna close the door and lock up, and I'll take you through. I don't have to lock it. I can just close it so it'll ding when they come through. I don't want trouble, okay? I'm just gonna close the door, and he's making his way with his cane slowly towards the door, which he has to go past you to do.
I am going to back up and peek out the windows before I do that.
Okay, there's still drapes. You're gonna have to move the drapes to see out the windows. You can do this if you want.
Do I have a second question?
Yeah.
Or did we do that already?
Technically, if you don't know that he was hiding the truth, then you have a second question. That was Skane's question.
Is that a sword cane?
I don't think you can see that currently. You just hear the sound of his cane, but I mean, listen, roll a 2d6 and pick evens or odds, and then if it's whichever one you pick, you get your answer.
Odds. Well, fuck.
Nah, okay.
That's the roll you should have saved for something later.
Yeah, damn, what the fuck, man?
Are there crits in this game? I don't know.
Technically, yes. Technically, no, but I like crits, so I often will give you something extra for a 12 or higher. Which is why the doctor got scales. That's okay. So, yeah, you can't tell exactly what his cane is, but it sounds like wood. I mean, it doesn't sound strange. It doesn't seem like maybe it's got a hollow insert. Like, from what you can hear, it seems like it's a cane.
It's a gun.
So where are we in relation to all of this?
We're just outside the front door, right?
Okay, what I need is for each of you quietly to pick if you're on the left or right side, And then I'm gonna ask Inigo where he is, and I need you to be honest about whether he sees you or not. That's what we're doing.
You're gonna get grappled.
Skane's ambidextrous, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, so it doesn't matter what side you're on. I would be on the left because Gray's right-handed, so that. That's just how we set up.
That was very out loud. What side? Where are you looking? Looking at the windows. You said you were, Bruce. You were gonna peek out to see if you could see anything.
I don't have a good coin to
If he opens up the window, Gray's just there going.
I do have coins to flip. Hold, please.
Great.
All right.
Kazooie, I just want to add on thank you and we're sorry.
I'll look to the
delightful.
All
left.
of it.
I'll look to the left.
Okay. So, yeah, there's just you. It's which side is Skate on?
Left.
Great. So they're like
no, I'm
staring
on right.
in.
So
Okay.
I'm on the left, yeah.
He's like staring in the window at you. As you peek out, you just see Cray.
I just go. just close the drape.
So
He stares at you and then he like takes the little cloth of the window and just shuts it.
There's a dog.
the old man, as he's making his way to the door, with his cane and his fake leg, stumbles. He's scared. He's frightened. You're intimidating him. He stumbles, and in that process, takes a couple of running steps to catch his balance. He's out the door in an instant, yelling, "Guard! Guard!"
So, he was tripping,
Hold
right?
on.
He
So
was
you run to the
tripping,
door?
right? It'd be really easy just to stick a. Well, there we go.
Yeah, as
Never
he comes
mind,
out of
you
the
roll
door,
first.
and the moment he says "gut," he's got a knife in his throat.
In or at?
In.
Fuck. This is escalating.
How long do the ship repairs take? I need to know this.
Couple of days.
Couple of days. Hey, I want you all to know our ship is limping into port. We need these repairs, gentlemen.
No.
I'm trying to stop him from yelling.
Well, I mean,
By
that's a good
killing
way to
him
do
in
it.
front of his door in a busy market district.
Oh wait, I thought we were like hiding
In
out here.
the
No,
market.
we are in
Oh, okay.
town. This is in the middle of everything.
You just stabbed
Fine,
the
then
Walmart.
I won't
That's what happened.
stab him, man.
So no
Thank
stab.
you.
I would just say like it comes out like just sleeper hold. Just right back in. Right
Yeah,
back
we'll go
in
with
the
that.
door.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the way it was described, I thought we were kind of off to the side a little bit, like, because it kind of looks, conspicuous for two guys to be standing next to a door. So I thought we were kind of like away from things where we weren't at prying eyes.
Oh, see, I thought the whole idea was, Tug was like, we're hired protection. We're just
Mhm.
hanging
Oh,
out
okay.
here. We
I
work
got it.
at this
Yep.
store.
I misunderstood. I apologize.
It's all good.
Okay, so he's not bleeding out on the ground in the market.
Sleep.
No, I put him in a headlock and
Great.
threw him back inside the room.
Did you?
Cray will come in behind all that stuff, open and then shut the door back. Close it.
Okay.
Find a nice little seat for the shopkeep to just
And
be
then
sat
I will.
into.
I will tell
will
you,
pull
you do
out-
not go unnoticed in this scuffle. It's a small scuffle. Only a couple of people see anything happen before you disappear behind the behind the curtains. But you are not unnoticed in this. It's a busy market. His role was a messy success to warn the guards or to call for guards. so you are not unnoticed as this happens. But it's quiet enough. You've moved stealthily. You get into the building.
I'm gonna pull my blunderbuss out and point it at the guy and say, "Do that again, and you're losing a kneecap."
Isn't he already knocked unconscious though?
No,
Just-
I didn't knock him unconscious. I threw him back in the shop before
He choked him,
Who'd you
so
point
he
the
couldn't
blunderbuss
yell.
at, the old man or Flamingo?
The old man. The old man stumbled
No,
and
we're
ran.
covering this.
I can't kill him yet.
Cray walks in the room and looks at Inigo. What are you doing?
Tracking down a pickpocket, apparently.
What's wrong with a pickpocket?
Inherently, not much, except for quite a few items she lifted.
From you?
Just can't rule it out.
Do you have all your shit?
I checked. I assume so, but I don't want to assume so, to be quite honest. I can never assume anything around a pickpocket. Learned that lesson the hard way. Several
Do you
times.
know what stuff you have?
I do.
Is anything missing?
Not that I can tell.
He walks up real slow. Are you law in disguise?
Absolutely not.
Fuck do you care about a pickpocket?
Well, she was supposed to meet me for a date initially, and then I started tailing her after seeing her pick some stuff, and maybe I wanted to cut to keep it quiet.
Oh gods.
Oh God, he's ice. He's an incel cop.
Am I holding a man at gunpoint because you got stood up for a fucking date?
No. Not anymore.
No, I just want that as me. No.
So I still have the blunderbuss on the old man's kneecap. I then pulled one of my crappy pistols and pointed at Flamingo.
Listen,
Think real carefully. Why are you following this woman? And I swear to God, if you say she pickpocketed you because you missed a date, I'm gonna shoot you in a kneecap. Somebody's getting kneecapped. I just don't know who yet.
I just sell tea. I'm not even open.
Bullshit. Pray, grab that cane.
He leans over like an old man and just picks it up.
Is it normal?
Is it normal?
It is. It's a wooden cane. He's got a prosthetic leg, guys. He's got a bum leg and a cane. Okay.
Run.
He tripped.
You said he ran.
It's a couple of running steps when he tripped. You know, that sort of recovery thing. Yeah.
People can go pretty fast on prosthetics, you know?
Hey, I also walk with a cane and I can run. So let's not be so ableist, all right?
You're picking on the disabled.
That's
The
the
elderly.
in the pirate game where I'm stabbing and shooting people. Don't want to be crass now.
Cray will.
We have a
Cray will-
code.
Yeah, apparently it's against pickpocket. We're pirates, but she can't steal.
Cray will, like, kind of hold up
people that would
hands a
know
little
about
bit.
prosthetics. It's pirates, okay?
He'll, like, look at the cane, see it's obviously normal. Kind of, like, half-heartedly, like, very slowly hand it back to the old guy with a look like, don't do anything stupid. And then immediately look at Inigo. Find her quick and sort this out.
Got it.
And I'm gonna go to the old
Listen,
man.
if it saves my neck any, because I listen, so the woman who came through here, she often comes through here to lose some people. She's long gone out the back door by now, okay? I just wanted to keep this guy here long enough for her to get away. I don't know why he was following her. And I didn't want any trouble, but I didn't want her to be in trouble either, okay? I'm sorry, I guess. But just please don't hurt me. Or
Gray's a big guy, so when he does the slow like turn to look back at this guy, it's big.
he pales.
Movement.
She said meet her in the market. She didn't specify which one.
Covered good. You think if we have to do the same routine running through this market later, you would do the same for us, assuming, kneecapping doesn't necessarily happen?
He looks at Inigo and he looks at Skane, and then he looks at you, and he goes, "If I tell you yes and not the other two, do I die here right now?"
Nope.
You can come through, but these guys are... That one's weird. He's following women, and he's gonna shoot me.
Think
And I got
about
a
what you're
kid.
saying. Think about what
It's
you're
fine.
saying.
It's fine. You're gonna live today.
You could take out the prosthetic knee if it makes you feel better, sir.
Do we, since, wealth is kind of, trivialized in this, and treasure was spent, would he have, a couple of coins on him that
Absolutely.
he could, give to this old guy?
You could give
You
him like a
just get-
gemstone. You could give him any sort of little
Something
trinket.
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good job, I guess. And he'll figure your shit out, man. And he'll, attempt to kind of push Inigo and also follow Inigo through the back door, which the woman would have gone through.
You gotta skirt around the round table and then take a left. It's not quite a hallway, just like a little wood partition, and that's where the door is. Elaine,
You know where
stay in
she
your
lived,
room,
do that.
Elaine.
Like before
You
I leave,
see
I'm
like a
gonna
little
look at him.
child peek out, and then he yells, and she goes back.
Do you know where she lives?
Down in the 2nd district.
No, that's a big district now. General direction would be nice. Just
Listen,
south, east, west.
I have a daughter, and if a bunch of men
And the
pointing
faster you
guns
tell me what I want,
came and asked
the
me
quicker
where
I'll be
she
out of here.
lived, or someone else, I would hope that they wouldn't tell them where she lived. But I can tell you she works down at Fast Sally's. It's a tavern, and you can find her there.
You
That-
hear down the hallway, "You try to pick up someone from a place called Fast Sally's?" And a whapping noise.
Listen, I'm not particularly picky after some of the shit I've seen, alright?
Through the
so
fox comes his voice.
in my kit, I have a few bottles of whiskey, so I'm gonna give him one of the bottles of whiskey and say, "It wasn't personal. I just can't go to jail," and I'm gonna follow that.
He'll take it. Is it like a nice whiskey?
Oh yeah, it's a couple of good bottles of whiskey is what it says.
Great.
I think.
He'll pop it open and take a sniff and be like, "You can come through too if you need to lose somebody."
Appreciate it.
I fully really like this guy now.
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't have to shoot you.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's always the one you never planned on designing ever.
This is our goblin. This is the.
Yep.
Oh,
this,
no.
this is the NPC that we can't get rid of now.
Listen, you
Be a
just took
crew
on a
member in
different
3
NPC
episodes.
as crew. If you're gonna try and adopt this guy too, it's gonna get real crowded real fast.
Oh no, we need to have fences.
We need to
and
have
stuff
him
and
on his
boards.
post.
Yeah. Especially with how often I'm shooting things, I need a place to run.
You know, it's true. Good connections in a city is important. I'll give him a name later.
Willem.
We didn't ask yet.
Thank
His name
goodness.
is Willem.
Tell me his whole backstory.
I want to know where he grew up.
How'd he lose the leg?
Where's his childhood trauma?
All right, let's see. I'll put it in my homework tab.
What was his first pet's name?
What street did he grow up on?
It was this street. He's still on the street.
No, he definitely started down on the first tier, and he's moved his way up to third tier. One day, maybe he'll be selling tea to those people up there on tier 5, you know?
My cabin.
This is the cabin vendor. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that with this, you're off in pursuit again of Alwyn. And we are coming up here. We're actually over time already. So I don't want to keep you guys out too late. I know you have things for tomorrow. Would you like to pick up with the chase next time, and we can revisit the doctor and the captain on the ship as well when we pick up, hopefully, next week?
Sure.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, wonderful. In that case, the three of you will make your way back into the streets of the market district, and
Back in the back of the head.
we'll pick that up with the harassing of the new guy next week. Same time, same place.
God damn it, Domino.
If you guys are here in the stream, I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you all next time. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.